Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial Overdrive here, and today we're playing some Entropia Universe. It looks like we're gonna be lagging a little bit, so let's get into this. Let's see what happens. Actually, I don't know what's going on with my avatar. I'm stuttering all over the place here. So we're going to be doing a robot event. It looks like we're going to be going somewhere other than Fort Argus because this is a little rough. So this robot event, there's a new robot invasion that's happening on Calypso. It's happening at Jura Plateau, Fort Argus, and Minneapolis. So we're going to be headed to Minneapolis now because hopefully that's not going to be so laggy. If it is, we might need to do this video at a different time, which means I might not even do it. But let's see what happens. Let's head over there and let's see if that's any better. But yeah, there's a robot event going on. The robots are attacking Calypso. It's like 10 years ago this happened. But nah, this happens all the time. There used to be this whole robot invasion storyline, and it looks like this is a bit of a continuation of that storyline. All right, so this seems a little bit better. So let me see. This is going to be some of the harder spawns. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do this, but it said us to head west. So if we head west, we should be able to see some robots, and hopefully we'll be able to take a few of them out, although I'm not 100% sure I will be able to. But let's equip some guns and let's see what happens. But yeah, I thought this was the perfect opportunity to just take part in the robot event because really it's just like it's been so long since I've taken part in one. This is a classic Entropia Universe event. And for better or worse, I always have a really good time with it. Like, maybe we're not going to loot some amazing items, but hey, it feels like I'm helping to defend Calypso, which at this point I've been doing for over a decade, so I might as well give it a shot. I feel like I'm going to get annihilated by these things. They look big, they look scary, but let's give it a go. Ooh, are you telling me Serial Overdrive might be able to take on the highest level difficulty mob? Let's see what happens when it gets a hit. That's what we got to worry about. 27.2 damage. That's significant. We're not going to lie here, but taking 2 misses, 1 hit, 3 misses, it looks like we're actually pretty good here. So yeah, let's take on some crazy robots. So that one's unreachable. We're not going to go for that. Let's go for this one. Ooh, that's a level 34. This is going to be rough. This is going to be the true test here. I should have healed up. I didn't think it through. Uh-oh, I'm just going down in the hill. We're not getting that extra back up there. Ooh. All right. Oh, that was a lot rougher than I thought it would be. So it looks like we cannot take on a Gen 8. We're going to be sticking to Gen 5s, folks, because that thing hits hard. Also, I've got to figure out what hotkeys I've got set everything to, because I completely forgot all of that. It's good to be back, though. And I completely forgot to tell everybody what we're doing. So yeah, we're going to be doing a 100 PED robot hunt. We're going to be seeing if we can get one of those twin items. So that would be the 20-year anniversary for Entropia. And likely, while we won't be able to get any of those crazy good items, we're still hopefully going to have a good time, hunt some robots, and maybe get some good loot. Although that first loot was not good, and the fact that I died on that second one is also not the best. The gun we're using is an LR30 with an A203 AM, but yeah, I'm a legacy character, so I've got that A203. And we've got some vigilante armor with 6A plating. That makes it really good at taking robot hits. So let's see what we got here. We've got a Defender Generation 5. That should be good. The fact that it's unreachable, yeah. Since it's unreachable, we're not going to go for that because, it's coming at me. So it is reachable now. Okay, we're good. Let's go. I saw an unreachable, and I think they might have just took another hit, didn't we? And that was a big one. I think we might have been wrong about what we can take on here. And by we, I mean me. It looks like I completely got that wrong. I've got to figure out what the hotkey for my gun is, but that is for a different time. We're going to just go and take this thing out right now, hopefully. Give me a miss. Oh, there we go. All right, the loot isn't great, but honestly, since we can't go to Medusa, we're just going to have to make this work. We're going to have to be on our best behavior here as far as it comes to hunting and everything like that, because as you can tell, these things hit hard. So yeah, I just thought it would be cool to do this. It's been a while since I've done any sort of intro. Well, it's not been that long since I've done an Entropia Universe video, but it's been a while since I've participated in any of these events. I believe I've skipped the last couple of Merry Mayhems, or if I was doing them, it wasn't really a big thing. So let's see what these keys are. We got the healer. We've got Terramaster. Should we drop a probe just to see what happens? Let's give it a go. Nope, we don't have enough. Okay. So what I do need to do now is I need to stop hitting that. I need to see what my keys are. Okay, that would be the issue. So I don't have this gun dragged onto anything. So let's just do that. And there we go. The hotkeys are all set. So I think the last time I had this, I think the last time I had this, like I played and said hotkeys, I didn't have this L gun. I had a different version of the same gun. So that is why that hotkey was not set. It's not the fact that I don't use hotkeys. I usually do when I'm playing a game. It's just with Entropia, I guess I haven't bothered. So there we go. 2 misses in a row. 3 misses in a row. That's what we're looking for. 4 misses in a row. Can we kill this thing without being hit? We can. Oh. All right. So it looks like this is going to be rather like hit or miss here, if you will. With a lot of misses, hopefully. But we're going to have to be very careful about how we take these mobs out, because if they go behind the hill, boom, we're done. Like, they're going to come up and they're going to be able to blast me away. We don't want to take them on from too close. We want to take them on from a distance, get those shots in. Hopefully, we're going to be able to do enough damage before they can actually start shooting us that we get some nice kills here. As you can see, those some of the hits are actually pretty significant. We've got a lot of misses in there, but when it does make contact, that is a contact. Sometimes that was like a 12.5 hit. So, obviously not all the time. For such a big robots, they sure don't give big loots. What can you do with that? So what do you have here? We got level 19. Ooh, level 19. I should be able to take that one with ease, I'm hoping. So yeah, dodge. I haven't done too much. I've done. So the whole reason I bought the Vigilante armor was because I liked hunting robots, but I haven't done a ton of robot hunting, so I don't have a super high level of dodge. If we let's check the professions. What's the hotkey for that P? Oh yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're in trouble here. I'm gonna run back and try and loot this while I'm shooting this one. Oh. It didn't really get good loot. I don't think that was worth it. I should have killed the robot first and then gone for it, but we're going to see what happens here. I think I'm going to die. Oh, we pulled it off. I don't want to know. How much HP did I have there? Let's check it out. Can I not see that? It's a sliver. Whatever that would be. It is a very small sliver of HP. Let's back off because they're going to start spawning in and that's going to really suck. So yeah, what was I going to do? I was going to check my dodge. So let's see exactly where I'm sitting here. Where is dodge even located? I think it would be over here, right? No, it definitely is not. What do we have here? We got resource collecting, mine force. Maybe it is in combat, I guess. I guess it would count. So you can see my Vader is level 13, which I think isn't great. And my dodge is even worse. It's level 11, which again isn't great. A lot of people are probably going to be surprised by that because they think I'm some sort of like Uber player. I've got a lot of deeds, but I'm not the Uber player that people make me out to be, I guess. Sorry to disappoint. And this thing's going to do a lot more damage to me than I expected. I was seeing level 21. I was thinking it wouldn't be bad. But the fact that it is really tanking my damage, it makes me a little bit worried for what's going to happen when it gets some good hits there on me. It looks like it's not going to do too much damage, though, actually. So what do we get in here? Let's check this out. Here we go. We got some like 11s. We got some 10s, some 12s. We got some single-digit ones. Seems like we're good. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Profession level increased, level 14 evader. So I'm no longer level 13 evader. That was actually good timing. We were just talking about my evade skills, and they go up, making me look good. Thank you, Mindark. But not really. Mindark, if you could like add a couple zeros to some of my skill levels, that would be really nice. If you're listening, I doubt you are. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. Oh, come on. What am I doing here? Messed up the hotkeys, and I get what I earned. I should be more like on top of this, if we're being honest. It's been so long since I've actually played the game that I'm messing up a little bit here. Also, the loot is not good. I was I saw on Discord, Bayrock, if you're listening, I saw you say that your TT came out decently. Your TT loot was coming decent. I was thinking maybe I could do the same. Yeah, Doesn't look like that's going to be happening for Serial Overdrive today. It looks like this is going to be a contribution to everybody's loot, except for mine, because it's not looking good. And like we're spending 100 PEDs here. This is a 100 PED hunt. So honestly, even if I get a global, there's still a chance that I could go negative if the loot's pretty bad. Like that one's not bad, but that's still not great. Okay, we're getting a bunch of random professions there. Let's not worry about that. Let's go ahead and heal up, and then we'll keep going. But yeah, this is I don't know. In Discord, we've been talking about Entropia Universe a little bit more, and it's given me that itch to start playing again. You know, it's one of those things. Like when I make videos about Entropia Universe, it's a little bit different than when I play, if that makes sense. Because no, that is not something we care about. Because yeah, when I'm doing a video, right, like I get to talk to the community, I get to talk with people, and I do things wrong. I get told that I'm doing them wrong, which, you know, it can. All right, that's unreachable. Why are these all unreachable? Mind Arc, give me a break here. Come on. If a mob does a little bit less damage on me, that's okay. I just want to be able to shoot from a distance. And look at this. Now they all spawn. Now I'm getting shot by this one too. All right. Oh, that was a bad switch. We're in trouble here. I just messed this up. I did damage to this one and this one, and I accidentally auto switched. That was all on me. That was a horrible set of events on my part. But what was I saying? Yeah, like I feel like there shouldn't be that many mobs that are unreachable. I get the idea behind it. So the idea behind the unreachable mob idea is what happened is back in the day there was someone who went to mobs that were unreachable. They'd shoot them and they'd kill them using a very eco sort of low damage gun like an Apollo or something like that. Because the mob wasn't attacking, they didn't really need to worry too much about all the stuff that a typical like hunter would worry about, I guess. And even though you're saying like the mob heals itself, it seems super uneco, blah, 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 they ended up hitting an all-time high. And it was like 5 to 20,000 USD. It was some huge amount that they made. I'm not sure what that amount was. At the time, it felt huge to me. Now, when I say $5,000 to $20,000, I'm like, you know, that's a decent sum, but that's not like, it's not crazy enough that I think the whole game should change over it. Anyways, players were extremely upset about that, and that is why you've got unreachable mobs. So that if you are under-leveled, you can't somehow kite the mobs and manage to kill them and get some amazing loot. In my opinion, while the person that did that did save on armor damage, do you really take that much in armor damage, especially because nowadays a lot of it goes back into the loot pool? So like if someone wants to take advantage of the fact that a mob's unreachable, I think that should be fine. So I don't think mobs should ever be unreachable by default like you're seeing there. Maybe if after a couple hits the mob can't get to you, or if after like a minute or whatever it is the mob can't get to you and it's not able to move, then you can make it unreachable and the player has to go around and figure out how to make it like reachable again. But I don't like the fact that sometimes these mobs are just sitting there unreachable, because then if you're trying to shoot them from a distance, you unjustly can't make contact, and I don't like that. Yeah, but feel free to push back on that one. I'm probably wrong, but that's my take. And again, I'm like a fairly low level hunter, so like, you know, some people would probably think that I'm not, but I am. I'm low level. Let me check. There we go. Sorry, I was getting paranoid there. I wasn't sure if I was recording. I was like, uh-oh. You guys probably did see that pop up. But see, like this, level 19 unreachable. So the problem is if I go too far within range, it's going to attack me. So what I've got to do now is I can't go in range of that level 19. And I've got to try and pull these mobs from a distance. If I brought my Marlboro Bravo out, which would be a nice little sniper rifle, I could easily do that. But I don't have it with me. So we're doing it this way. I should bring that out, actually. That might be a fun... Ooh, what was this thing? Oh, all right. It just got some good hits on me. You know what it might be? Yeah. Let me check something. Oh, no. We got foot... All right. Sometimes I don't have foot guards on, and I was like, that might be it. Maybe I didn't have foot guards, but no, I did. Yeah, I'm a little bit... you know, like... The initial thought of I shouldn't be hunting here was probably right. But it's a bit of a challenge. You guys get to watch me waste some money. Let's see, maybe we can get some big loots. I always feel like that, right? Like when you're hunting a little bit outside of the level that you're supposed to be, it feels a little bit like maybe I'm going to get a global. Maybe I'm going to get that big loot now because I'm going above and beyond what I should be doing. That's probably not how it works, but it makes me feel better about wasting money on them. So what do we have here? We've got this, and we've got that one that's pretty decently decayed, but to get to it, I'm going to have to shoot this one. So let's just go quickly, 1, 2. Let's hope that we can take this thing out. Then we're going to jump over to that thing. Hopefully there's going to be no crit hits, nothing crazy. You get a few misses. There we go, right with that miss. Let's see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. When I'm playing Entropia Universe, a lot of the time I'm not thinking about like whether or not a mob's going to give me good loot. It's just like, is this something? Ooh, we got some good loot there. 66.84 PEDs. All shrapnel, unfortunately. Nothing cool there, but hey, we finally global. It's been a while since I've hit a global, and that was a nice one. That was a solid global. That wasn't just like 50 PEDs right on the nose, barely made it. That was like, you're 16 PEDs over. You made it, buddy. You got that global. And feels good. But yeah, it feels like when you're going a little bit harder, a little bit higher, like you feel like you deserve that global a little bit more. Maybe it's going to come in just a little bit faster. You're more likely to get it. And yeah, okay, that looks like it might be reachable now. So let's take on this level 19. But yeah, it feels good to get that. I like that. It's been a while. I sort of missed the swirls. I didn't quite see it. Also, I need to turn up the sound here. Hopefully it doesn't get picked up on the mic because I don't have my headphones on because I was too lazy. My Bluetooth, it just keeps like, I don't know, my computer keeps dropping the Bluetooth some of the time. And like sometimes I don't want to connect it, sometimes I do. This is a long way of saying basically I was too lazy to connect my headphones into my audio jack. I didn't want to take the time to do it. I just wanted to get in, play, make a video. I've got a little bit of time here that I can do it, and I wanted to take full advantage of it. So it's just coming through my audio speaker. It's coming through sort of my monitor, which, you know, maybe it's not the experience. I don't know. Maybe it's not the, oh boy. Maybe it's not the best experience, but at the same time, let's heal up. Yeah, it's going to blow me away. All right. Maybe it's not the best experience, the audio coming through the monitor like that, but it is what it is. Hopefully it's not being picked up by the microphone, though. Definitely in the early days, that would happen a lot. If you listen to those early Serial Overdrive videos, they are rough. Like, it is, there's still some good knowledge in there. It's cool to see gameplay from that time, but we weren't running on any sort of beastly computer. We didn't have the audio setup that we have now, and you could definitely tell. Because that's the thing, right? Like, one of the things I think that's sort of nice now, like, for my YouTube setup and all that, is that I've actually made, like, legitimate money at this point from, Rust and how-to guides and everything like that. So I felt like, hey, I should put a little bit more time and effort into getting a good quality setup. So like right now, what you're seeing is probably the best version of Entropia that you could see. We're running this on an i12. It's an I think it's an i9. It's an i9 12th gen. I said i12. It's an i9 12th gen CPU. We've got a 3080 in here. We've got like liquid cooling for the CPU. We've got really good air cooling for the GPU. Really good air cool. I meant to say we have really good airflow, but that's not even a lie. I bought a case that looks sick, but it doesn't have the best airflow, if we're being honest. It's got an LED on the front, so it displays Pac-Man. No, I think if you go to YouTube Shorts, you can see a short where I did that. Don't do it now though, because that'll wreck the video engagement, and that's what we care about. Because not really. Go look at the short. It's a cool desktop. What was I saying though? But yeah, like that setup is actually probably like it can run Entropia on high. Like right now, we're probably running well over 60 FPS. And there's no issues, like no lag, nothing like that. We did have a little bit of lag when we were over at the other Fort Argus area, but that was just because there's a lot of players there. It wasn't necessarily because the computer was having issues, for those wondering. So yeah, like it's nice to be able to put that money into the setup. And one of the ways that I justified the computer, the spend, right, was I said, well, look, I'm doing YouTube videos, and honestly, because of the quality of the videos and like how long it was taking me to edit, just because my old computer was lagging all over the place, I needed a system with a better CPU, right? So I had to upgrade because I was running on a laptop before, needed to upgrade. So I'm getting the motherboard, I'm getting everything. It's like, why not just get the 3080? Just so we can get the best graphics when we do something on the PC. So we went with the 3080. And, you know, RAM, all that doesn't matter as much as long as you get a decent amount. I've got like 32 gigs. But yeah, like this is, you know, that's more than enough to run Entropia Universe, whether it's Unreal 5 or whatever, on almost max graphics. So you get a really good quality video here because of that. And with this microphone, this is probably like an $800 setup. It's a Rode Procaster that I'm using. You got the Go XLRs because this is what is it? XLR microphone. That would make sense. I said Go XLR microphone. That all makes sense. Checks out. But yeah, like the setup, that microphone setup is probably like $800 just to get everything set up there. And then when you include the computer, you're talking about probably $3,000 to $4,000 to run this, to get the quality that you're seeing right now. Is it worth it for Entropia videos? That's probably something that some of you who might be thinking about Entropia Universe videos are wondering. No. Full disclosure, like off of YouTube, I've made a little over 50,000 USD. Okay. So for me, that amount is decent. That's a decent amount of money over 11 years. It's not as decent as you'd like to think it is, but for playing video games, that's amazing, right? All this is a tax write-off too. So like if you're looking at 3K, 4K that you're spending, in reality, you're probably spending more like 2K, maybe like 2.2, 2.3 on everything. And then, like you know, it's a good amount. It makes sense for me. But when you consider how much I made off of Entropia Universe videos, it probably wouldn't make as much sense. Entropia Universe is probably the small part of my channel. It used to be a big part. I still love playing the game. I still play it all the time. I've still got tons of CLDs. I've got tons of disposable income, like in the game, not in real life, but tons of disposable income that I use in the game to hunt and play with. I never plan on, like, just tons, right? Still fun with it. Still like doing these videos. But if you look at like what's making me money, it's mostly how-to guides that are on Rust, Call of Duty, Hogwarts Legacy is doing decent right now. Elden Rings did really good. But that's where like the majority of that cash flow that pays for this comes. So my point is, if you're an Entropia Universe creator, just because I have a really good PC and I say, oh, this makes really good quality videos and all that, that doesn't mean that is why I'm successful or that it's a worthwhile thing to do if all you're looking to do is make Entropia Universe videos. This game can actually be played on barely low-end computers, and if you look at my numbers now versus my numbers then, I don't think the upgrade in graphical quality really affected too much. There's not really that many Entropia Universe content creators out there, so it's a very small niche, and the people who play Entropia Universe, they love playing it. They play it for a lot of time. And when you're playing a game like an MMO like this, where you're just sort of sitting down and shooting, it's a lot of fun to actually have someone that can like join you on that adventure. And that's probably what people are doing right now. Like if I had to take a guess, the majority of people listening right now are playing the game and listening to me talk about the game, or they're old players who love playing the game before. Either way, they're just tuning in to see what's going on in Entropia Universe. They probably aren't even watching this video, for being honest. Like when I get global and they hear like me get a little bit excited about it, they might be like, ooh, let's see what happened. But that's about it. So yeah, it's probably not worth it to upgrade if you're looking just to make Entropia Universe videos. But if you're looking to make good content overall, it does help a lot. One of the big things I noticed with my channel is when things really took off, it was when I got this microphone. And I don't think that's a coincidence. Like I bought this microphone because I wanted to level up my Entropia Universe content. I thought microphone, best way to do it. And, you know, I put the time in, I decided to do it. I think that was right around when COVID was happening. So I'm like, look, I've got nothing to do. I might as well do that. And I don't think it's a coincidence that after I did that was when a lot of my videos really started doing better. Like a lot of the how-to guides, everything like that, it started doing better with that microphone. And look, maybe it's positioning, maybe I got lucky, maybe it's all a coincidence. But I feel like it helped a lot. I feel like people being able to hear me clearly articulate things, hear me clearly talk through things, I think that helped. It's hard to know. It's hard to know because there are like anytime I say this, there's people that are like, what about this person or this person that uses a bad mic? And like there are people that use really bad mics and do really well, but you know that's sort of the exception to the rule too, right? Like There's always going to be somebody who like uses the worst gear, has no personality, does this, does that, does everything wrong, and still manages to be successful, right? It's like you tell everybody, like if I tell you like going to a Vegas casino is probably not the best way to get successful, there is someone that did it that way. There's somebody who walked into a casino, put every single dollar they had on red at roulette and doubled their money. And then they did it again and again and again until they were rich. Like there's probably someone that has happened to. Is it statistically likely to happen to you though? Ooh. All right. This was actually a really good look. Look at this. 32 PDs right here. Wait, what? No. Whoops. 32. 24 and 24. We got about a 48. Probably about a 49 PD loot. And look at this. Look at this gun. So this is the gun we looted, right? What's a markup on it? 105%, baby. What does that mean? I think that means we hit a silent global. So that's number 2. And I'm trying to be quiet. We've got kids sleeping in another room. If you're wondering why my voice is a little toned down, that's why. Which, again, that probably affects the content. It would probably be better for me to like fully set up something in the basement where I can just scream as loud as I want. No one would hear. Be great for serial killers too, but you know, there's probably an overlap. That's actually a really creepy thing to say. But ironically, the things that streamers need and the things that serial killers need when it comes to soundproofing are very similar. You need a person to be able to scream without people outside of that room hearing it. And I don't have that set up. I'm not, we're going to move on. Yeah, that's going into the FBI logs. Anyways, hello, agent, whoever you are. Not really. What was I saying though? Like, there's still things I could improve. Basically, like the soundproofing is definitely one of them. That would be really cool to do. Right now, like I'm in a rental, so it doesn't make sense for me to put a ton of money into upgrading this place and making everything soundproof and all that. I do want to buy something for this room just to reduce the echo a little bit. Oops, that was a sort of a cool desk screen. You know, that there's always little things that you can do to improve your setup, and I probably should do it. But you know, the thing is too, like, it depends on your situation. So I guess generally I move a lot. So typically I'll move every like 2 years. So sometimes I just don't want to bother setting things up just because I'm like, well, why do I want to set it up when I know I'm going to move in X number of years or something like that? It's not the best reason for not doing it, but at the same time, it's like, well, you know. And the reason I do that is like taxes and stuff, like not necessarily taxes, I guess. I just like trying. I don't know. I get bored of a place. I was gonna say taxes, but that's only if you owned it. I've owned a few places I've lived in, and then you move every 2 years just because that maximizes the taxes. If you sell your house and you've had it for 2 years, you don't have to pay taxes on your gains. So it's a really quick way to pocket really good money if real estate markets are going up. I don't live in a place right now. Part of it was for tax reasons. Part of it was for, you know, the real estate market was crazy. So I was like, this doesn't make sense to buy. And, you know, we talked that one out and we thought maybe not. And obviously we didn't buy. But now that the market's coming back down, now that things seem to be slightly, wrong mob. Now that things just seem to be correcting a little bit, maybe we will do that. And again, now it's some time to pick a place that maybe we're going to stay in for more than 2 years. So we'll see what happens with that. But if we do that, if we get a place that has like a really nice basement, you can bet that Serial Overdrive is going to have a nice little gaming room in it, because I think I've earned it, boys. I've done the laptop gaming phase. I've done the trackpad gaming phase. I've done you know, all that ridiculousness stuff. You know, I've done the low end laptops. I've done the high end laptops. I've done the laptop that you're going to play on a plane or in the library or wherever because you're running through dorms. And I think a nice little stationary system might be good. And that's what we got right now. Like that's what a desktop is. It's, come on, man. Level 19, how does it kill me? I'm definitely not supposed to be hunting these mobs, but when you get in a global and a silent global on a 100 PD hunt, you should be hunting them. Doesn't matter if it's eco or not. Like when you're seeing good loot, you're seeing good loot. What can I say? But yeah, like there's stuff like that should change. But you know, some of that's all based on. For those of you who've been listening for a long time, you know that when I was in an apartment, now I'm in a house. when I was in an apartment, I was always saying like I don't want to get a desktop because you've got to have a desk and then it's sitting there and it's like used space, and space is at such a high cost that I don't want to waste space with that. I'd rather have a laptop that I can put out, play with it during the day, and then weekends when people are over, you just slide it away. Well, now got a nice little study. I'm working from home. We got this nice little setup here. And I'm like, all right, that's good. But like, do I really want to go through all the trouble of setting up like an audio, padding the room and everything like that? I was thinking like, no, but the deeper we get into this YouTube thing, the more I'm like, yeah, I should do it just to get that extra quality. And look, would it cost something? Like it would, but I don't know. Would it be worth it? That's always the question. And we shot this mob on X, and like, I keep forgetting that I need to toggle this. Look at how slow these things go. That's the nice thing about RMAX. Like they come at you so slow that most of the time you can kill them before they get a shot in on you. Like that. All right, there we go. We're locked in. I know I have hotkeys set up to toggle the mobs and all that, but I'm being lazy. Someone go back in the video and tell me what those hotkeys were. There we go, it's 7. Which makes no sense to anyone listening. You're like, 7 serial, what is that? It's a 7 key. I hit the 7 key and it toggles. I should probably set it to a hotkey on my mouse. But like I said, sometimes I'm a trackpad gamer, and that means that you don't have a mouse. Also, I've changed mouse. Like, I've changed mice a few times too. So, like, I don't want to reset the hotkeys every time I do that, do I? Again, lazy. That's what it comes down to. I don't know if I can out-heal this one. With the miss, I think I can, but... Okay, there we go. Let's switch back to the gun. Let's get those shots in, get that kill, and then we'll heal up again. Those of you wondering, like, healing when you hunt is actually like a really not so great thing to be doing, in my opinion. Like you are leaving loot on the table. It's an extra cost that you really don't need to undertake, and like it's just not eco. It's probably something that I shouldn't be doing if I'm trying to be eco. But like I said, when I come on, a lot of the time, because Defender challenge rank increase. Let's claim a reward. What are we getting here? Let's go perception, because I think that's like a really good thing to have for mining. And I do typically, if you've watched my channel, I'm a big miner, not so much a hunter. If you can tell by my skills, that's part of the reason why. It's also one of the reasons why my total skill points are so low. So I'm going to go over this now. So the way it works is there's not as many skills when it comes to mining as there are when it comes to hunting. So if you look at like the overall skills, let's go over to let's go to combat. 3 pages worth. You go to mining, 2 pages worth. If you look at what these are, like a lot of these are recent. Treasure, resource, like a lot of these, like precision artifact extraction, a lot of these skills are very recent. I'm a very old player. Most of my playtime was put in way back in the 2000s, maybe early 2010s if you really want to get into it. But it was put in way back in the day. And those skills didn't even exist back in the day. Combat back in the day probably still would have been about 3 pages, maybe 2 pages. And mining back in the day would have been probably 1 page. They're like 6 skills. So what that means is I just don't have that many mining skills because there aren't that many to get. Like you're ranking everything up, and the skill gain, it's on that like curve, that exponential curve, which makes it harder and harder the higher you get. Also, back in the day, that curve was a lot curvier. It was a lot more exponential than it is now, so it's harder to get those skills. There's a very hard cap at 100. If you know anything about Entropia Universe nowadays, that hard cap doesn't quite exist at 100 anymore. I think it's more in the 200s. I think there are players with like 250, like the top player is 250 skills, like level 250 or something like that. Like the skill gap it's still there. Ooh. The skill gap is definitely still there, but it's not what it used to be. So it's easier to get skills if you're playing now. And what that means is players who are playing now get skills a lot easier than I was getting them. I'm going to go for it. Oh, no, I'm going to heal. I feel like this is a bad idea. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up with the damage, but let's see if we can. We got a miss in there. That might be the key to it. Honestly, these things miss a lot, which is like a godsend for me. If it wasn't for that, they would have killed me so many times over. But I'll take it. I'll take what I can get, right? All right, that's not the best loot, but can't complain when you've got like when you've had two good loots, like when you've had two globals on a 100 PD hunt, you can't complain about a few bad loots. Plus, like we're getting a lot of skills out of this. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. Yep, we're in trouble. All right, at least we got that in. Let's heal up. Ooh, what do we got? 7, 8, 9? About 10 PD loot. That's another one that's not too bad. 10 PDs, like that's definitely a lot higher than the cost to kill. So that is a pretty positive loot. Actually, like when we started off, I thought the loot was gonna be bad. I was talking about how I'm making donations to the loot pool and all that, but I've got to say, like, it's come around. Like we're looking at some really good loots right now. You know, like if loot was still going in waves, I'd say there's a wave going on right now. There we go. Boom. All right. I'm surprised we managed to make that happen. But we did. So let's see where we're sitting right now. Look at this, 130 PDs, 139 PDs. Let's ignore those. Those are from my Calypso land deeds I had. Got those Calypso plot tokens, which we don't know what they're going to do yet, but it's exciting to dream. Maybe I'll be able to use it to buy something insane. I don't know. Yeah, I've been toying around too with the idea of buying like a land area or something like that. It was always a goal of mine to be like a free-to-play player who purchased a land area. And it felt like it was impossible. I got a shop and I thought this is good enough. And then there's a whole thing with the shop and I ended up buying CLDs instead. And, you know, the value's just been going up and up and up on those. And it's like, why do I want to do anything else? But I was looking at land area prices, again, talking on Discord, and maybe you can get a land area for like 100k PDs or 150k. I'm looking at it. I'm like, you know, if I start liquidating things, if I start trying to get like maximum price for some of the gear I've got that I don't use, we might be close. I should not have shot that mob. It's not like we're going to be right there. It's not like we got that PD like on lock, but it starts to get very close if I start to liquidate some of the stuff that like is more coveted. And there's things I've got on my character that actually are valuable that I don't even think about selling, but I probably could. Like for instance, this Ascension harness, 1,000 PDs right there. That's significant. Oops, what happened there? Oh, level 23. All right, I'm gonna come back, take this mob out, then call it. But like that Ascension harness, that's a legitimately good piece of gear that I could sell. And I've got to talk to some people, but there is one more piece of that armor that I should be able to claim. It's been a while. I haven't claimed it. It sounds stupid, but basically, at the time I was really busy in real life. I put out those 5 videos. I should have claimed the gear, but then everything started taking off with Rust, the console Rust, right? Like that's the game that I'm main right now. Everything started taking off. The game was released, and I thought, hey, I'll do a few videos, see what happens. And we were getting like 25k, 100k views a video. And when that happens, you drop everything and you just do that. And any time I had went into just making Rust videos. I was trying to put out one a day, and I did that successfully for a little over 2 months, which is a grind. That was a grind, and at that point, it was work. It wasn't like a hobbyist doing it. It was just work. And I'm like, no more Entropia Universe videos. We're not messing with the algorithm. Just focus on getting this out. I completely forgot that I was owed this piece of armor, and I just grinded those Rust videos out. But yeah, I was looking at the price of it. I'm like, maybe I should try and claim that second piece of armor. It's rare. It's cool to have. Like, ooh, what is this? Genesis Nano Adjuster. That was actually a really good loot if you look at that. That was like 15 PDs. Not a bad one to end it on. Also, let's see what's the loot. Ooh, 200% markup. I like that. That's really good, actually. This was an impressive run. This was a really impressive run. Definitely recommend it. Well, let's total everything up and see where we're at. But I've got to say, I'm happy with this. How could I not be? 150 PDs returned. Just on that, we've got guns. We've got all sorts of crazy stuff that we're going to be throwing in there too. They finally put TTs outside, so I don't know. I was gonna say that would be great if My Dark finally did that. Put those TTs outside so I can visit them without having to run all the way into this. It used to always lag when I come in here. Not so much anymore. 153 right there. Boom. Profit. Boom. Boom. Let's throw that in. Let's throw everything in. We're not, when you add in the markup, you're going to probably add another 5, say 7 PDs onto this. So we're looking at 217 PEDs returned. So you got 100. Yeah, all right. Let's go to the repair terminal because there are repairs. We got to include those to be fair. We made 100 PEDs. We made 100 PEDs on this hunt. That is insane. That's really good. And we didn't even include this. Like we've got, okay, that doesn't really count. 100 PEDs on this hunt. Boys, girls, everyone listening, this is probably the time to get back into Entropia Universe and do some hunting. And to be honest, I might do a little bit more. Until next time, peace.